how big this game is for the Lions. I wonder if the Lions are starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Maybe that's a good thing for the Bears. Big game for the Lions. If the Lions lose, is their Super Bowl window closed? Oh, nobody loves overreacting like the talking heads. We love to overreact, Yerk. That's what we do. And I got a lot of that this morning, like how big the game suddenly is for Detroit after stubbing its toe in Green Bay in
I
week
said
one.
that instantaneously. The minute the Bears lost that game, I go, boy, now we find ourselves in a little bit of a whirlwind going up to play Detroit after they were embarrassed by the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
After they didn't fire on all cylinders, after they were anti-competitive against the Green Bay Packers, you find yourself in a worst-case scenario, having the double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, a chance to go 1-0. That way, when you go to Detroit, which I already marked down as a loss.
Right.
I've already marked down a loss at the beginning of the season. When you go through the schedule, okay, they're going up there, they're going to lose that game. All right, we live the fight again and we move on. Now that you lose the first game and you're going up there and Detroit lost their game, now, which team is more likely to respond in a positive manner?
And who's more desperate?
It'd be the home team. It'd be Detroit, knowing that they can't go 0-2 and they can't go 0-2 in the division, can't go 0-2 in the NFC. You end up losing all types of tiebreakers as you move forward. So, yes, it's imperative that Detroit finds a way to get something happening for them.
They're in championship mode. The Bears certainly are not. So, maybe a little bit more desperation out of the home team this week. You never want to start 0-2 if you do have playoff hopes. Now, with the addition of playoff teams, it's becoming a little bit more, I don't want to say common because that's not the right way to put it. It's still not a common occurrence. I wouldn't deem it a common occurrence. But it's more plausible maybe, that you're going to find your way to the postseason after starting 0-2 than it used to be. It used to be kind of a death knell. Like, you had to really be an outlier if you were going to rally from an 0-2 deficit to make the playoffs. And the numbers historically have been pretty paltry. But as you've expanded the playoff field, obviously you're going to open up some more opportunities. And so I think you'll see it a little bit more often. So while Detroit doesn't want to start 0-2, I don't think it's a death knell. But you're right. You did come in here Monday morning even before the Bears played, and you did say that. You said, the worst thing probably is Detroit getting spanked around the way it got spanked around, because they will, you'd think,
they're going to
rise up and respond home.
They're going to respond
this week.
And the Bears are a team that hasn't really had a tremendous road record. So that's already kind of a thing that's against them. They're on the road.
The Bears have lost 3 straight in Detroit. I will say 2 of those games have been very close and competitive, including the debacle on Thanksgiving last year, where they were driving. Caleb was driving them, and then all hell broke loose here in the final 50 seconds. But the Bears were only down a field goal. They were driving. They lost by a field goal. 2 of the last 3 losses in Detroit, one was a laugher. Detroit spanked them silly a couple of years ago. But they've lost 3 in a row in Ford Field. But 2 of the 3 have been one-score games.
Yes.
And I think we've made the point a lot, hey, for whatever reason, I mean, as good as Detroit's been the last couple of years, the Bears seem to play Detroit well. They found a way to lose games. Remember when they blew the big lead at the Lakefront a couple of years ago?
Yep.
They found ways to lose games to the Lions, but they have been very competitive.
And I thought that would
Detroit.
be some sort of advantage for them last year playing Detroit, but they found a way to lose both games.
They did.
Yeah. And they were 6-0 in the division last year. Now they've already got a blemish on their record. The Packers were only 1-5 last year, victory against the Bears, and now they've already racked up a victory in the division. Minnesota went 4-2. They've got a victory in the division. So, if you look at this game at the beginning of the year, you knew what you said. The Bears are going to find a way to lose this game up there. After what happened in week 1, I don't make guarantees, but I guarantee Detroit's going to play some of the best football it's played. And it's going to be against the Chicago Bears. And it's going to be against an injury-depleted Chicago Bear team. Is T.J. Edwards coming back?
I don't know. I hope it sounds like
number 1 coming back? Is number 6 coming back?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's problematic for you. That's against them. It's problematic.
I think it caught up with them in the game the other night.
Yes, it did. I think it did. I think if you have your starting 11 on defense, I think you're better equipped to go into the fourth quarter, keeping that intensity up, and keeping that defensive excellence up at the same level, too.
I had this game when the season started. We would play the game win, lose, win, lose. I had it marked down as a loss. I think most people probably looked at that and you got to go on the road on a short week in the division. But what makes it more painful if the Bears don't come out with a victory come Sunday afternoon is what you just said. The fact that they had one in their grips and they somehow had it yanked from them. Now, that's their doing, the way they performed. But I chalked up all offseason. Yeah, the Bears are going to win the opener. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. Ben Johnson's here. You're going to be at home in your building against a division opponent, young kid making his first ever start in the league. Bears are going to win that game. And for, I don't know, what would you say, 40-ish minutes, it looked good.
Yeah.
It's like this is going according to form.
More than 40.
But more,
yeah, it was
45 minutes.
46 minutes. It looked like, hey, everything's going to be okay.
It was going according to how we expected. Yeah, the Bears are going to win this game, Steve.
I mean,
we were right. Bears are going to win.
Peggy and I are sitting in there watching the game going, okay, we're going to be
in
good shape. Look,
yes.
I like the way we played. I like the way Dio played. I like the direction this is starting to head. It looked good. He was 10 of 10 to start the game off, blah, blah, blah. All types of things where you're talking yourself into a positive frame of mind for the football team.
And then it went down their leg.
Well, things can get a little bit better. And then, boy, didn't they? They down the leg. All of a sudden, they forgot how to play football.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the whole lot of them was the defense and it was the offense. It was the combination of the two of them.
And you're 0-1, and now you got a tough test on deck against the Lions in week 2. Good news is there are some historical trends that are pretty good for the Bears.
It's a tough test, my friend.
There's a couple of historical trends that are pretty good. Since 1990, listen to this, Jurk. That's many, many years at this point. You're talking about more than 30 years.
1990.
Since 1990, teams after blowing a double-digit lead in week 1 are 30-19 straight up and 29-19-1 against the spread in week 2. Two teams obviously going into week 2 fit that bill. Our beloved Bears and the Baltimore Ravens. Both blew double-digit leads, fourth-quarter leads. And teams that have done that over the last 30 years normally respond quite well the following week in week 2. So maybe the Bears have a little bit of that on their side. We know what it's like and how important all of a sudden an early September game can be when you do lose that opener because there aren't as many of these in the NFL. You only have 17 of these, and teams do seem to play with a different type of intensity and urgency after they lose the opener. That said, the Bears are going to go off as about a 5.5, 6-point favorite. So they'll be near a touchdown underdog. Excuse me, I just said favorite. The Bears will go off as an underdog, of course. The Lions laying 5.5, 6 in most spots right now. Detroit has been very good off losses. That's one thing that does not work in the Bears' favor so much. 7-0 straight up and against the spread. The last 2 seasons off of a loss. So we got lots of breakdown and preview of Bears-Lions today, tomorrow, and a lot of conversation about week 2 in the NFL, which will begin in Green Bay tonight, another conference game for the Packers, and another big one as Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders roll into town. Look forward to that way. That's going to be a good one to kick off Thursday Night Football tonight. So Jesse Rogers will join us in about an hour. We'll talk some baseball with Jess. The Cubs win the series in Atlanta. They'll come home for the Rays. The Rays get to spend the whole week in Chicago. They got to love that. Rays and White Sox wrapping up their series with day baseball, so you'll get that with Jeff Meller's pregame starting at 12:30 when we're done later today, and then after 30 minutes of the Rich Eisen Show. Waddle and Sylvie will be on after the White Sox, and then it is Bears Weekly tonight from 6:30 until 7. If you want to talk Bears, Lions, Week 2 in the NFL, you can join us at 312-332-3776. It's also Thursday. We'll start getting ready for our Cover 5 contest for the week. Remember, we're not doing a cumulative contest here. Week-to-week winners. So if you miss a week, it's not the end of the world, but you can jump in each and every week with us if you want. You should just play just to test your handicapping skills throughout the course of the season anyway. Cover 5 is a fun game. It's not just picking against the spread. Sometimes it's finding the edge that's going to get you the most points because you accrue points depending on how your team did against the spread. So you got to remember that. That's how you get your points. It's not just a straight-up win. If your team if you pick a team that's getting 2 and they win by 6, good on you. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for those underdogs in terms of the spread that then win outright. And our winner, who was our winner last week, Adam? Did you jot it down by chance? Who was our winner last week? I don't think Adam's listening.
I'll find it right now. I got to just make sure I go to the right one.
Each and every week you get a $25 gift card if you win to Fry the Coop. So That's a
I hope
nice
I'm
little,
saying his name,
nice
his
little
last name
lunch
correct.
joint.
It's Blair Rakic or Rakic?
Yeah,
Blair
Ratchich.
Ratchich.
Blair Ratchich. He had 44.5 points
Nice
last
job,
week.
Blair. That's good for the week.
7 clear of a second-place finisher, S2K Josiah.
Nice.
And now it resets, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it resets for the week.
Right. And
So-
third place is Roscoe 71. Look at Chris Black there.
Chris had a really good week.
Tied for fifth place. Good for you.
That's pretty good.
See if you can maintain that excellence, Mr. Black.
You need to hop into the right and proper game this week. You were in a different contest. So when you go to Cover 5, download the app, search CJ 2025.
Yeah, but it goes away. My negative 21.5 goes away.
Oh, that's good. It's wiped clean.
It's wiped clean. I got that going for me.
That's pretty good. So yeah, we make sure you get in on that for today. All right, so week 2, accuracy issues. What are you looking for from Caleb to try to clean some of that up? I mean, that was a big talking point yesterday when Ben Johnson met the media, when Caleb met the media. Caleb met the media like 4 hours late, by the way. I don't know what happened there, how they got the schedule so mixed up. I was listening to
guys
Black and
waiting
Abdallah.
around a
They
long
were
period of time.
Yeah, my God. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like, all right, we're going to hear from Caleb
What did
every
he come out
minute.
at,
And then it
5
spilled
o'clock?
into Waddle and Sylvie. He came out at like 6 o'clock or something.
6:30.
In the
6:30.
evening.
Supposed to meet the
6:30.
media at 2. I
I've
don't know.
been watching a lot of film.
Well, okay. Go clean up the footwork.
Yeah, a lot of film.
Clean up the eyes. Mm-hmm. Be more
If
accurate.
you're going to clean up the footwork, do you get a pedicure?
Well, that's
How do
maybe
you-
a good place
how do
to
you-
start.
How do you exactly get that done? I mean, you've got to get out there. How do you stop a quarterback from dancing?
I have no idea. I'm not smart enough to know the answer to that. But Ben Johnson even talked about the footwork issues.
Yeah.
That's where the mechanics start to break down and the ball starts to sail.
Or when he
It's
starts to
just
dance, you can see it. You can
Dancing.
see it.
This isn't
Looks
this
like
isn't the tango.
He looks like MC Hammer out
Yes.
there sometimes.
And the eyes are all over and the head's
Go
all
Hammer.
over.
Go
and
Hammer. Yeah. It's not.
It's no way to
Now you can see it
play
though.
quarterback in this league. Yes.
You can see it. That clock is starting to, erupt inside of him when he knows that bad things are about to happen around him. So
I can't tell you how to fix it. I don't know. I'm not a quarterback expert, but I know the difference between Josh Allen in the pocket and Caleb Williams. Maybe that's unfair. Josh Allen has been in this league a long time. I know the difference between Jaden Daniels in the pocket and Caleb Williams. That's a more apropos comparison. In this,
yeah, you go to old
This
school
doesn't work.
quarterback. You go to old school quarterbacks like Elway. You look at Elway in the pocket. Elway was stoic in the pocket. And when he decided to go, he just stepped forward and fired. But he'd get back there. He'd plant that right foot. He'd settle. You'd get a little bit of a bounce. And then usually he's going somewhere with the football. And then if he doesn't get the bounce, after the bounce, he's not going someplace with the football. Now he's surveying. It's one, the bounce, go, go, go. It's either going to be one of those goes. Go, go, go. That's the way it needs to be done. And sometimes you got to be evasive. You just got to go.
yeah.
But to sit there and do, what was that in there? The river dance?
Yeah, that's what it looks
I mean,
like.
it looked like Michael Flatley.
That's what it looks
Was it
like.
Michael Flatley or Patrick Flatley?
No, Michael, I believe.
Yeah. It looked like the river dance all of a sudden. What is going on back there?
Negative 13.2%.
Let's settle down.
Below expectation, tied for the worst mark of week 1. Off-target throw percentage was the highest in the NFL in week 1. Adjusted completion percentage was 28th out of 32 in week 1. Those things have to get better. And I hope we eventually start to see it. For our own peace of mind, for crying out loud. The Bears are going to do, and rightfully so, everything they can to get this, I don't want to say fixed, but get it right with Caleb. To truly give him every opportunity to succeed. I think they've done a lot of that here in what they've done with their personnel over the last plus year, and I think they are committed to trying to make this work. Wherever they're going to go, I think they know it's on the right arm of Caleb Williams. And they can like Tyson Bagent all they want. I think they like him very, very much. And everybody values a good backup in case you need to go to that backup for injury or whatever reason. Teams value good backups for that. Not a lot of guys even get start 17 games anymore in this league. We know the way it is. And so teams value their backups, and the Bears obviously value Tyson Bagent. But I think they know internally. however far they're going to go, whatever they're going to accomplish here in the near future, is going to be on the right arm of Caleb Williams and not Tyson Bagent. So get it right with him. Nobody's suggesting Cap had a Cap did not like where I have it here. I mean, this.
What did Cap not like?
He went nuts on a caller this morning.
For what?
I'll play it for you in a couple minutes.
All right.
It's great.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I was listening to this morning and he went nuts.
I want to hear it.
And I think the caller took a little bit of what Cap was saying out of context, and that's what started the whole thing.
Took umbrage.
Cap wasn't having
umbrage.
Yeah, and Cap wasn't having any of it. The Bears are going to do everything they can to continue to try to get Caleb going in the right direction, to try to get him right, to try to make sure that he succeeds, because they know that's their best path to success. At some point, we got to start to see it. We didn't see it in the opener. You saw it maybe for a quarter and a half. But there were way too many mistakes. And at some point, like we said this during training camp. Is it too much to ask for the offense to have a good day? Oh, you guys are this and that. And we're just kind of asking for the offense to, have a good day. You've been in camp for 2 weeks. Why is the ball on the ground all the time? The ball shouldn't be on the ground in training camp.
There were signs.
Well, we're just asking for the offense to have a good day. And then they did, and you're like, oh, that's good. And then they reverted back, unfortunately, way too often. That's all we're asking for. Let's see some signs that, this is starting to fire, that this is starting to hit.
That it looks good.
That it looks good, that it looks right, that the quarterback is starting to get it. All we're asking for. It's not asking for a lot. Nobody's saying he has to be Josh Allen just yet. Nobody's saying he has to be Patrick Mahomes just yet. Or Lamar Jackson just yet. But can we start to see some signs where you go, it looks right? It was on time. The operation was good. There's no false starts. All that stuff.
I think there's another level of importance that we pass up sometimes when we talk about it.
What is it?
It's the plays that can be made that aren't made because you're not aggressive enough. That's what you want to be able to see.
Yeah.
What's the best thing that can happen during this play? The way a second and a half after we snap the ball.
Yeah.
What is the best case scenario? Who's open, and is the ball going to the individual that's open?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And is there a realistic expectation that ball should be there? When it's supposed to be there. So is that happening? Is that not happening? I think that's the key question. And will Caleb Williams be able to do that when there is an open receiver down there and you're checking down?
Yeah, is that what coaches do? Do they look and they say, now, okay, you took the check down, but look here.
Well, this is wide open here.
Right. That's the teaching part.
Well, that's the part that you say, hey, this is what needs to happen. If he's covered, check down, no problem.
Right.
But he's not covered.
Right.
He's open, and he needs the football. And that's the way that ends up working.
Bears calls are welcome, obviously, at 312-332-ESPN. It's